Hi everybody, Wendy here, Lolly Dolly Crafts. Better late than never, as they say. First of all, I'd just like to say, please excuse the fact that you can hear cars outside my house. There's nothing I can do about it. It is so hot in here in the UK at the moment. I have to have the windows open, otherwise with the glue gun on, and so you will hear. Unfortunately, I live on quite a main road, although I live in a village, quite a main road that leads to the schools. So there is sort of like, what time is it now? It's 2:45, so there will be traffic noise. So just ignore it. There's nothing I can do about it, so there's no point going on my channel and moaning about it. It is what it is. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, this is the front page, okay, and then the second page of the, oh my god, I've forgotten her name. That's Fibro Brain. Shirley Temple. Okay, there it goes. It's come back. Yeah. So this is the front and the second page of the Shirley Temple book that I'm doing. This will be for sale at the end if anybody would like it. Just let me know. And so I'm just starting the next pages now. What I want to do, what I always try and do in my lace books, is put a page that has a pocket in it, so that you can put any keepsakes or anything that, if it's for a little girl or for a birthday present, you can put a little keepsake in there, like you know, your grandma's old hanky or something. If anybody would like a book made, please message me. My email address is lollydolly41@hotmail.com. There's no point emailing me through the YouTube, because it's really hard to get into YouTube to find out my messages. So lollydolly41@hotmail.com. Okay, and yeah, I'm quite happy to do commission pieces for the craft books. There was a lady that asked me if I could do a little boy one, if she could email me on the address, the email address that I've just said. Then I can get back to her, and she can let me know exactly what she wants for the little boy album. Okay. Right, now getting on. So we've got another image. Okay, this is Shirley Temple. Cute as a button. Absolutely cute as a button. Yeah, I would have loved a little girl that looked like her. She's adorable. So what I'm going to try now is make a pocket page. And because I'm doing a round book, what I'm going to use is a smaller doily, okay, and then just fold the top over and then sort of glue it, and that way what we've got then is a nice little pocket. If you're going to do that, try and pick a doily that's not, see this one would be no good because it's too holy. Alright, yeah, I mean you could do if you wanted to, it would be really pretty, but if I did use this one I would probably line it first, so that's why I've chose one that you know, has a pocket on it. Now it's going to be a bit difficult, I think. I might be able to get the image in there and the pocket. Oh yeah, I can do. Yeah, I can do. So that's fine. So we're going to have the little pocket. So I'm going to, any bits that are boring I will speed up and put a little bit of music in there. I will try and do a talking video rather than not talking, because I know you sometimes, some of you like to hear me yabber on. Okay, so right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the back of this off. Oh, I've got shaky hands. Why have I got shaky hands? I tell you what, I can't wait till the Christmas and the New Year to get this year over with. It's been absolutely horrendous with different procedures that I've had to have done. I'm still waiting results back from an echocardiogram, because I've got what's called an ectopic heartbeat, and what that means is my heart, it's not life-threatening, but what happens is it does extra beats, and you can feel them, and you can feel them that goes up to your neck, so they are quite scary, and also it misses beats sometimes and then tries to catch up. And I can feel them, so they can be quite distressing, but as far as I'm aware at the moment, that's why I've had the echocardiogram, everything is looking okay. I've also had a colonoscopy and a colon graft or something, because I've been having problems since I've had my gallbladder taken out. I won't go into too much detail, but it is really embarrassing, and I'm fed up to the back teeth of it, because it's, you know, interfering with my, you know, social life or whatever, my quality of life. So that's, but again, that came back. I had diverticulitis, but again, that is quite common in people of my age. I'm 56. So yeah, so to be honest, I've had, my doctor's been absolutely brilliant. I've had a pretty good MOT, just to check that everything's okay. I still have an issue with when I had my gallbladder taken out, that I have pain there, but the doctor thinks they might have nicked a nerve, and that's why. It's unfortunate, but that's why I'm still getting discomfort there. There's not a lot I can do about it. Hopefully the nerve might heal itself, I don't know. Yeah, so what else? What else? Oh yeah, I'm still waiting for an x-ray on my hand because my finger, this is fused. I can't bend it, and it is rock solid. I can't bend it any further, and it is so painful. So I can't make a fist. It looks like I'm flipping somebody off all the time, but I'm not. Believe me, I'm not. Yes, so so what I'm going to do, that's a little update anyhow about what's going on in my adventurous life. So I'm going to make a little padding for the back of this with some wadding. Okay, so I'm just going to cut a small square, and I think I might even split it a little bit because I don't want it too, yeah, that's too thick, so I'm going to split it. Yeah, so anyway, yeah, my love life, oh dear, gosh, I haven't been having much luck on the dating scene, you know, the online dating scene, oh, I tell you. I did meet a fella who I thought was, I mean, he is a really, really nice guy, don't get me wrong. Unfortunately, he's still going through quite a messy divorce with a lot of money that's involved, and I don't think he was ready. I saw him for about 4 weeks, and I don't think he was ready for a any kind of, I don't really quite know what he was looking for. He was a nice guy, actually did a lot for me in my garden and stuff like that, but it was like there was no and I'm not talking about sex, I'm talking about physical, you know, like contact, like showing someone that you care about them and being, you know, tactile and that. There was none of that, and I really, that means a lot to me because that tells me that somebody, you know, likes me, or, you know, thinks that I'm worth being with. There was none of that, so after 4 weeks I was so confused that I actually ended it. He did carry on messaging me for a couple of weeks saying he just wanted to be, you know, could we be friends, and I sort of thought, well, you know, okay. But then every now and again he'd make comments about, oh, what would have been all this, and I think and it was really messing with my head. So in the end I had to, unfortunately, I apologised to him and said, look, I'm really sorry, but I'm going to have to block you because you know, the stuff you're saying is really messing with my head. So that's what I did, I blocked him. Pretty much ready to give up, to be honest, but I have met another guy. I know it sounds really awful, it sounds like I'm going around, you know, sort of with all these guys, but it's not like that. Believe me, you have to kiss a lot of, not literally, but a lot of frogs in order to get your prince. So anyway, I've met this guy. He's adorable, he's really, really nice. I wouldn't say he's per se my particular type, but after I've had 3 really sort of like, over the year that I've been on the online dating, I've had 3 people that I've met that I could have potentially had a relationship with, but for one reason or another they were just compatible. And this guy he's funny, he's affectionate, do you know what I mean, he's so nice. He bought me some flowers, he bought me chocolates, do you know what I mean. It's not that I'm expecting all that, but it's just the fact that, you know what I mean, he's so nice and he says really nice things to me. So yeah, so do you know what I mean, he's sort of grown on me. So yeah, I'm enjoying his company at the moment, and you know, who knows what happens, but at least you know, it's company. Anyway, enough of my waffling on. So I'm going to glue this beautiful little girl into the book. Oh, she's absolutely adorable. So I'm gluing her in. I tell you, there's one thing I've noticed on YouTube. I don't know if anybody else has noticed. I've noticed that YouTube are subscribing me without my permission to channels that they think I might be interested in. So every now and again a channel will pop up and it will say that I'm subscribed to it, but I know for a fact I haven't. Yeah, so that they're doing that. They're very cheeky and very naughty. And I don't know why they're doing it, but I don't know if anybody else has noticed it or whether it's just me. I don't know. I just find it very odd that they would, you know, take it unto themselves to think it was okay, you know, to add, to subscribe. Have I got this the right way? Thinking about it, I suppose this has a wrong or right way. Yeah, so there we go. Anyway, yeah, very naughty of them, but yeah, I did notice. I thought, this probably looks a bit wonky. Never mind. So yeah, so regarding I don't know if any of you guys, that I haven't mentioned it, I don't think. I had a guy come into my house. This must have been it's a couple of months ago now, and indecently exposed himself to me. He came into the house under the ruse of he wanted to buy a fridge off me that I was selling via not eBay, Facebook. Yeah, so yeah, he came into my house and he exposed himself to me. I had to remain really, really calm because I didn't know. Toby was upstairs asleep. I didn't know, you know, what he was going to do, if he was dangerous or you know, had a knife on him. I didn't want to. I've had a lot of people, especially from women, would you believe, a lot of people that have said, oh, I would have said, oh, you know, is that all you got? Well, that's all well and good if you're outside, you know what I mean, and you can get away. Well, I wouldn't do because I've got no kneecaps. But, you know, when you're in your own home, your safe place, all I wanted him to do to go out. So I wasn't going to irritate the guy by, you know, commenting on the fact that I thought he had a small, you know, whatever. Yeah, so I had a lot of people, a lot of women make comments, and it really was very, very annoying. But anyway, they've caught the guy, and it went to the Crown Prosecution, and they decided, because it was my word against his, but he did make an error when he denied it was on purpose, but he did make an error when he was doing his statement. He said that, because he said to me, he asked me if I saw, you know, his private parts, and I said yes, and I said yes, I couldn't miss it, and because he got it out even further when because he'd come into my house once, it was just all in black, left, and then came back, because he hadn't got enough money on him, and that's when, because he was all in black, that I noticed it. And that's how I knew it was on purpose, because he was all in black and it definitely wasn't showing. It was misty and it was raining outside and it was cold. There was no way he would not know that his fly was undone. He had no underwear on. So anyway, yeah, he said to me, oh, do I want to see some more? And I told him to stop being so silly and sort of like, you know, not shoved him hard, but sort of guided him to my, sort of like, to get out my front door. Because he'd already left, and when he left and walked back, he'd got it out further. And I said to him, you better sort yourself out. And then he walked back in my house with it out. So, yeah, anyway. But he's denied it was on purpose. It went to Crown Prosecution. He admitted saying to me, do I want to see any more, which pretty much, you know, basically the policeman said he shot himself in the foot, because if he said that, then he's pretty much admitted that, you know, that it was on purpose, because why would somebody who'd accidentally, you know, who didn't realise that their flies weren't done, they would be mortified and shocked, and he believed me, he wasn't. And he was a young lad as well, do you know what I mean? And I feel really bad. You know, I feel bad, the fact, I don't want to ruin someone's life, but it's not me that's done it, do you know what I mean? It's, you know, he's been really silly and thought he'd get his kicks by, you know, exposing himself to me, thinking I was on my own when I wasn't, because Toby was upstairs, and, yeah, very silly, silly man. He was less than about 25 years old, I would say, just a young lad. Could have been the same age as my 22-year-old, I don't know. But at the end of the day, one of the main reasons why I called the police was because I don't want him to think he's got away with it and to go and do it to somebody else. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, so that's why, basically, you know, I decided that, no, I wasn't going to let him get away with it. that I was going to call the police, which is what I did. So now, anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to find some lace that's going to go round my image or round my book for this side. I might have enough because I want some dangles to go on as well. Let's just trim this bit off. Yeah, so, yeah, and then flimming about, what, 2 weeks ago, we had, it was a Saturday, broad daylight. I'd just come home from taking one of my boys to a wedding. Toby was upstairs playing on his PS4, and he heard some shouting. I didn't hear it. He heard some shouting. He went out, and there was 3 guys out there who just burgled the house across the road. An Indian guy who's he was an ex-doctor, and they'd burgled him of Indian gold. So yeah, and Toby happened to see them just as they were, you know, leaving the house. So he had to saw the police and did a statement and everything. So yeah, oh, I tell you, and I do actually live in a really nice village, but this was definitely they were waiting. You know, they waited till his wife left. They didn't realise that the man was in the old man was in the house. They thought that the house was empty. Yeah, so poor guy. But anyway, yeah, I don't know whether they've got them or whether they will get them, but not very good. It was mostly the ladies' jewellery that they took. Well, this is a collar. Let's just see whether we can undo the button. Yeah, that's quite good. Let's just cut this off. Try and gather it a bit, I think. And then cut off what I don't need. Bye.